Dear learners of Standard 7, it's a very good morning and welcome back to my today's online class. Hope you all are safe and sound at home by the blessings of Almighty Allah. We had finished our previous chapter. Today I am going to discuss with you about the new chapter, that is chapter 13. Chapter 13, Environment and Pollution. Now come to the point. What is environment? We know everything surrounds us is known as environment. And what is pollution? Pollution is the introduction of contaminants into the natural environment that cause adverse change. And pollution can take the form of chemical substances or energy such as noise pollution, heat or light pollutants. The components of pollution can be either foreign substance or energies or naturally occurring contaminants. So there are three major components of our environment: soil, air and water. When these three environmental components contaminates a lot, then environmental pollution occur. So dear learner, what is environment? Follow. Environment is the sum total of all surroundings of living organisms, including natural factors and other living things. So environment is composed of living and non-living things. You know, there is close relation between living and non-living objects. Moreover, there are some close relationships between organisms and the environment. As a result, diverse and peculiar activities are going on continuously around us. So both biotic living and abiotic non-living components form our environment. These two components interact with each other and they are interdependent with each other. So to the existence on earth, man uses various materials from the natural sources to fulfill their needs. For this reason, people are engaged in some activities involving the environment. So such activities have few effect on some factors of the environment, and the environment consists of the interactions among plants, animals, soil, air, water, temperature, light and other living and non-living things. So living and non-living things has the close relationships between them. And pollution is when harmful substances are added in the environment and then change it in a bad way. There are 5 kinds of pollution of the environment: water pollution, air pollution, noise pollution, soil pollution and thermal pollution. Now we will know about the components of environment. Starting from minute microbes to all other organisms including human beings live in this environment. That means in this biosphere. No part of environment is free from pollution. So what is biosphere? Biosphere is the sphere of living organisms. That is starting from the minute microbes to all other organisms including human beings live in this biosphere. And components of environment, components or segments of environment are given below, here written. That is, there are 3 major components of the environment: atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere. So atmosphere, it is the sphere of air; hydrosphere, the sphere of water; and lithosphere, the sphere of rock, soil and etc. So these 3 components exist in this biosphere. And human beings are not polluting their own environment only. Life of all other organisms and their environment are also affected. And living of plants and animals including human beings is disturbed by environmental pollution. Now environmental pollution. Follow. Environmental pollution is defined as any undesirable change in physical, chemical and biological characteristics of air, land and water. That means soil, air and water. Pollution can be natural as well as man-made. The agents or substances that cause pollution are known as the pollutants. So what is pollutant? Few harmful elements are polluting our environment directly or indirectly. We call them the pollutant. In Bengali it is known as dushok. Varieties of waste materials are polythene, plastic, etc. are the examples of pollutant. And you know, this polythene, plastic are not decomposed in the soil or petrified in the soil. So this our environment is composed of mainly two types of components. I told you, that is living and non-living, or biotic and abiotic. And you know, all the plants and animals constitutes the living factor, and non-living elements include the soil, air and water, and all other non-living materials on the earth. So due to the pollution, both living and non-living factors are affected. As a result, all organisms including humans are threatened in the environment. Now you know, you will learn that what do you mean by environmental pollution. With the progress of civilization, environment around us is changing day by day, and people are using the environment in various ways to meet their necessities. Nature or human activities or their combined effect may bring change in the constituents or the elements of the environment, and the environment balance is lost when the particular constituents or the elements of the environment is affected by the pollutants. That time the environmental balance is lost. As a result, life of human beings, plants and other animals are affected. Discomfort prevails in the environment for the organisms. So we term this condition as environmental pollution. Now the question is, what are the causes of environmental pollution, or why does environmental pollution occur? There are different types of causes. The causes of pollution are not just limited to fossil fuels and carbon emission. There are many other types of pollution, including chemical pollution into bodies of water and soil through improper disposal practices and agricultural activities, noise and light pollution created by cities and urbanization as a result of population growth, smokes emitting from the chimneys of different factories, thermal electric powerhouse and from defective vehicles, insecticides and using of chemical fertilizers in crop field. So varieties of waste materials also, say for example polythene, plastic, these are the pollutants, and these pollutants also pollute different factors of environment in different ways. Now dear learners, environmental pollution occurs due to population growth. Here the population of the world is increasing gradually. So increased quantities of food, shelter and transportation etc. are needed for this excess population. To enhance the size of cultivable and building their houses, people are destroying forest. As a result of increased carbon dioxide gas, temperature of the earth is increasing, and besides chlorofluorocarbon CFC, the elaborate form is chlorofluorocarbon from aerosol and refrigerator, is damaging the ozone layer of the atmosphere. And for the increased human population, besides food and shelter, a large number of other materials are needed. So they build up various industries. Waste from these industries pollute environment. In this way, environment of the earth is polluted. Now we will know about the soil pollution. The major three components, how they are polluted day by day. So soil pollution. Soil is an essential factor for our living, and various crops that we take as food grow in soil. Not only for food, we are also dependent on soil for other essential things needed for living. That means shelter, clothing, medicines etc. are the products of plants, and plants grows on the soil. So our basic demands fulfilled by soil. We are polluting this soil in various ways. As a result, soil is losing its fertility. So soil contamination or soil pollution as part of land degradation is caused by the presence of xenobiotics, that is human made chemicals and other alternation in the natural soil environment. It is typically caused by industrial activity, agricultural chemicals or improper disposal of waste. Now in the agricultural fields we are using different types of insecticides and fungicides, and which are mixing up in the soil and make the soil pollution and loses its fertility. And here causes for different types of materials we are disposing in the soil, which are not petrified or changes in the soil. So the garbage and waste materials that we throw, bacteria helps them to decay. As a result, these waste materials get mixed up with the soil easily. Besides, nowadays we use such things that don't rot or get petrified in the soil, such as glass, polythene, plastic, etc. They hamper normal growth of plants, and besides these materials we pollute soil in various ways. Among these pollutants there are different forms of garbage, fertilizer, fungicides used in agricultural land and industrial waste. Now follow the water pollution. At present there is scarcity of safe drinking water in the world. Life is not possible without water. Pollution of water is a subject to ponder over seriously, and water is polluted in various ways. It is the man who is responsible for pollution of water. It is not only our problem, it is a serious global issue. So water may be polluted by various means. Human activities are the main cause among other causes of water pollution. Due to urbanization and industrialization, sewage and industrial waste have increased. As a result, water is being polluted. So this type of polluted waters coming from the different types of industries. Besides that, water pollution, the release of substance into subsurface or underground or into lakes, stream, rivers, estuary and oceans to the point where the substances interfere with beneficial use of the water or with the natural functioning of ecosystem. Causes of water pollution. Due to urbanization and industrialization, sewage and industrial waste have increased. As a result, water is being polluted. For increased agricultural production, various insecticides and chemical fertilizers are used. They move from fields to the sea through river. Now the river water become polluted. Then sometimes you might have seen that bamboo, cane and jute plants are immersed in ponds. Cows, buffaloes and goats are washed in ponds, and some unsafe latrines also erected over different water bodies are responsible for water pollution. Not only this, water may also be polluted due to some natural causes. That is, you have heard about the flood. During flood, excreta of domestic animals and birds along with human feces mix up with water and pollute it. The leftover floods, fields, waste, the decomposed bodies of animals, various degradable substances used in domestic work are thrown here and there. These waste products get mixed with the water of ponds, lakes and rivers, thus the water also polluted. Now the air pollution. Our earth is surrounded by atmosphere, you know, and man, other animals and plants live within this atmosphere. So due to man-made causes, quantities of some constituents of air increase or decrease, which is detrimental to environment and for us. So the changes in composition of air is known as air pollution. And as atmosphere around the earth has become polluted in various ways. So air pollution is the presence of substances in the atmosphere that are harmful to the health of humans and other living beings or causes damage to the climate or to materials. Following are the important causes of air pollution. Burning of fossil fuels. The combustion of fossil fuels emits a large amount of sulfur dioxide. Carbon monoxide released by incomplete combustion of fossil fuels also results in air pollution. Then also we know black smokes emitting from the chimney of brick fields also causes air pollution. Moreover, among other causes of pollution, defective motor vehicles, train, bus, tempo, etc. release smokes. These smoke contains carbon monoxide, carbon particles and carbon dioxide, which has detrimental effect to the environment. Also smoking or asbestos. This asbestos what is a naturally occurring fibrous silicate mineral. Then dust released from construction work and various kinds of waste materials etc. make air polluted. So the rooftop that shed also created from asbestos. So the asbestos released from construction work and dust also released and various kinds of waste materials make our air polluted. Then another one factor is that one of the causes of air pollution is injudicious deforestation. As a result, carbon dioxide which is absorbed by plants increases in the air. So, deforestation and pollution are two interrelated concepts. Deforestation is the process of cutting down millions of trees and thus reducing the amount of carbon dioxide that these trees absorb with the air retains the carbon dioxide, and that results into a lot of harmful effects. So, dear learners, these trees, it will be trees. Then today up to this, thank you all. Stay safe and stay blessed at your home.